Okay, so now today we are going to start with dynamic routing protocol. So before this we have seen static routing, we have seen default routing. Okay, then we are going to work on dynamic routing. So dynamic routing is, we have three type of dynamic routing. We'll see RIP, EIGRP, OSPF for your class. Okay, so first we'll work on RIP. So RIP has two versions, version 1 and version 2. So when RIP came after default routing and static routing, then it was RIP only, but after there was some problem in the RIP, so they rectified and they have generated a new version. Okay, version 2. So this is your module 6. In this we'll be working on all these things. Okay, same thing, what is routing, you know what is routing now. Okay, because routing is the purpose of creating communication between two different unreachable network for finding a best path from source to destination. Okay, now so we have seen static routing, we have seen default routing. Now we are going to check dynamic routing. So dynamic routing has three different type of routing protocols. One is known as distance vector routing protocol, second one is hybrid routing protocol, and third one is link state routing protocol. So what is distance vector routing protocol, we'll come to know. Okay, so RIP is the part of distance vector routing protocol. Okay, which calculate distance, like how many hops away I am from source to destination. Okay, EIGRP and OSPF, they work on links. Okay, so basically the EIGRP is known as hybrid routing protocol. Why? Because it works on hop count plus link. Okay, so we'll see all one by one. So first we have to work on RIP version 1, which is known as a distance vector routing protocol. Like suppose, you know why this RIP is known as a distance vector routing protocol. Like suppose one router is connected like this is, okay, for example, come back, see this is router, right? Okay, so this is also one hop and this is also one hop, right? But it do not check the distance of this cable. Maybe this cable is 500 meter cable and this cable is 100 meter cable, and this is a serial cable and this is a fast Ethernet cable. So this is not in the mind of RIP. Okay, RIP check, okay, how hops away you are. Okay, same thing, routing has three types: static routing, default routing, and dynamic. So now we are going to work on dynamic routing. So in dynamic routing, see, it's a automatic routing with exchanging routing information with the neighbors to reach known and unknown destination depending on its neighbor reachability. So if you are my neighbor, so you are connected with 10 networks, so you will share those networks to me and I will share my networks to you, and then you will be reachable to my network and I will be reachable to your network. So this is dynamic routing. So in dynamic routing, so a dynamic routing table is created, maintained and updated by routing protocols running on the router, not administrator. Yeah, not, it's now it's automatic. Okay, examples of routing protocols are RIP, EIGRP, OSPF. Routers do share dynamic routing information with each other. Okay, which increase CPU, RAM and bandwidth uses. Okay, so it use all those things, but in static and in default they do not exchange the routing table. And okay, and static is good for a small network, default is also okay for internet reachability, but dynamic they use inside the organization. That okay, if I have 10 organizations and all these 10 organizations we want to share and exchange the routing information, so we configure dynamic routing. So dynamic protocols are capable of dynamically choosing a different or better path when there is a better path, and if there is changes in the routing domain, okay, automatically they update. In dynamic routing protocols, they share the routing information to its neighbor, okay, the network which is connected to its local router, and after that they make routing table. Okay, so when you share the routing updates to me, then after I will make the routing table, and in that routing table I will put only best path, not second best path. When the best path will fail, then second best path will be there as a best path. Yes. Dynamic routing is also known as adaptive routing. You already know adaptive means to accept the routing information from the neighbor. It is a technique in which router add a new route in the routing table for each packet, okay, in response to change the condition in the topology of the network. So if there is any changes, automatically it will change, no problem. Dynamic routing protocols are used to discover the new routes to each destinations. Okay, very simple. In dynamic routing we are going to know about RIP, EIGRP, OSPF are the protocols used for work in the dynamic routing, and it is also used to discover the new routes. Okay, automatic. If one router, maybe there are 10 routers, if one router is changing the route, so that route will be reflecting to each and every routers in that topology. If any route goes down, then the automatic adjustment will be made automatic. Okay, the dynamic routing protocol should have following features. All the router must have the same dynamic routing protocols running in order to exchange the routes. If I'm running RIP, you are also running RIP, then we can exchange. It's not that you are running EIGRP dynamic and I'm running RIP, so we can exchange. No. Okay, if the router discover any changes, okay, then in the network topology, automatically they broadcast or they multicast those information to all the routers, and they change according to the change in the network. So they change the routing table according to the network topology change. Okay, see here the same dynamic routing must be there to exchange the route. Okay, this is the default. But what happen if RIP wants to communicate to EIGRP? Okay, this is saying that RIP can only communicate to RIP. RIP cannot communicate to EIGRP. Okay, but here we'll see that, okay, how RIP can communicate to another routing protocol, but that is different. Okay, but we are going to learn about default now. Advantage: it is easier to configure, it is faster to find the best path. Okay, it is more effective to selecting best route. Okay, disadvantage: it is more expensive in terms of CPU and bandwidth utilization. It is less secure as compared to default routing and static routing, because in a static routing you know how you are going, but in dynamic routing you don't know. You will reach to the destination, but you don't know how your packet will go, and it's not fixed, it can change. Okay, so dynamic routing categories has 3 categories: distance vector protocol, link state protocol, and hybrid. So distance is a RIP and IGRP, but IGRP is not in use, so they have changed IGRP to EIGRP. Okay, it was interior gateway routing protocol, now it is exterior enhanced interior gateway routing protocol. Okay, so we'll work on these all slowly, but first understand distance. So example of distance vector routing protocol is RIP, and RIP has 2 versions, RIP 1 and RIP 2. Here are some routing protocol comparison. So we'll compare the routing protocols, like see RIP version 1, RIP version 2, EIGRP and OSPF. RIP version 1 is interior gateway routing protocol, RIP 2 is also interior, EIGRP is also interior, and OSPF is also interior. Interior means working within the organization. Type: RIP 1 is distance vector, RIP 2 is also distance, EIGRP is hybrid, and OSPF is a link state routing protocol. Okay. Default metric of RIP 1 and 2 is hop count. EIGRP is bandwidth and delay, will come to know, and OSPF is a cost, link cost. Okay. The administrative distance of RIP is 120, and EIGRP has 2 administrative distance, one is 90 and one is 170, and OSPF is 110. Don't worry about these things, we'll see all this EIGRP and OSPF, but here I am just comparing. Okay. Hop count limit means if source is here, if source is here and destination is here. So how many routers is in the middle? You know, that is counted as a hop count. So how many routers? So if it is less than 15, then I can communicate from source to destination. If it is more than 15, then I cannot, because it will count. So maximum 15 hop is allowed in RIP. And in EIGRP, default is 100 and maximum is 255. I'll change this one. Okay, 224 was in the old iOS, but in the new iOS in 15.4 you can find 255 hops. Here it's unlimited. Okay, convergence is slow. Why convergence is slow in RIP? We'll see about the timers. Okay, convergence is slow means if there is any changes in the topology in the RIP, so he will update to his neighbor, right, after 30 seconds. Okay, after 30 seconds. That's why it is saying it's slow convergence. But here in EIGRP, when there is any changes, is a triggered update. Immediately he will update to neighbor there is a changes in the network. And same in the OSPF also, it is fast. Okay. Now these update. Okay, update means if there is any changes in the network, right? And I have already shared my routing table earlier to you. You are my neighbor, right? Now, so when there is a changes in the network, so I will give you full update or only the changes.
For RIP is the
changes. Yeah. So RIP, what they do here, if there is a single changes, so instead of as a smart
changes,
so whatever you make changes, you update that one. So here what they say, here they update full, here also they update full, but here only changes. So EIGRP and OSPF is better than RIP, right? Now classless means do RIP, you know, classless and classful. Classful means default IP /8/16/24. Okay, and classful is default IP and classless is subnetted IP. So RIP version 1 do not support classless, no subnetting,
only classful.
Yes, but RIP 2 support classless, means subnetted. EIGRP supports yes, OSPF also supports yes. VLSM is the same subnetting. Okay, here also no, see, yes. And then these are algorithm, forget about this. Okay, now update address. So if RIP1 wanted to send update to his neighbor, so which address he will use to update? So he will use 225.225.225 as a broadcast, but RIP2 will use this multicast address 224.0.0.9 to update his neighbor. That's why I told you they use multicast address for updating his neighbor. Means when RIP wants to communicate to another RIP, so he used this IP address for communication. Okay, so that's why RIP cannot communicate to EIGRP, because EIGRP use different and yes, this use different. Okay, so any router who is in the domain, okay, who is using RIP, they speak this language. Okay, you can say this is the RIP language, this is the EIGRP language, and this is the OSPF language. So the language is different, that's why they cannot communicate. So multicast address is different, that's why they cannot communicate. So RIP2 multicast address is 224.0.0.9, EIGRP is 224.0.0.10, OSPF has 224.0.0.5 and 6. We'll come to know when we'll work on OSPF. RIP protocol number is 520. Okay, EIGRP is 88 and OSPF is 89. Same thing here. All distance vector routing protocol shared several key the criteria. Okay, yes. So what are those criteria here? You can see here, distance vector routing protocol use periodic updates. Periodic update means full updates will be shared to neighbor in every 30 seconds. And see, is it okay that every time I should tell you, okay, my name is this, I am from here, if there is a changes, you say. It's not that every day I should say the same thing. Okay, so it's not correct form. Okay, distance vector protocol, okay, suffer from the slow convergence. Like if there is any changes, Okay, I'll update you in 30 seconds, and that is not a correct form. If there is changes, immediately you should update to the neighbor. Okay, so RIP use Bellman-Ford algorithm, that is different, don't worry about, because we do not work on these things. Okay, I am just writing that inside, see inside how RIP is working, because engineers has defined that one. So Bellman-Ford algorithm is there. Okay, and the Bellman-Ford algorithm defined the shortest path with the help of hops. So which hop is the slowest, easiest to reach to the destination. So maybe if I have two links, so he defined which has the smallest hops to reach to the destination. That is in your Bellman-Ford algorithm. A distance vector routing protocol, okay, begin by advertising directly connected networks to its neighbor. So it's whenever he update to his neighbor, right? So only to the directly connected. Like if some router is far away, so I cannot update to him. Only update in dynamic, whether it is RIP, EIGRP or OSPF, they updates to his directly connected neighbor. So and they send the updates in every 30 seconds, and this is periodic update. Okay, neighbor will add the routes from these updates to his own routing table. So when the neighbor, these router and these routers are connected, they exchange the information. After exchanging, they write their own routing table. Okay, now distance vector protocol utilize some form of distance to calculate the route matrix, same the distance like what we told you, the hop counts. RIP is the standard distance vector routing protocol designed for use on a smaller network. RIP was one of the first true distance vector routing protocol, is supported on a wide variety of systems. Okay, so RIP was the first protocol which was supported in all different routers. So RIP is an open standard routing protocol. Open standard means RIP routing protocol you can use on MikroTik router, D-Link router, Cisco router, Fortinet, anywhere, no problem, because it's an open standard. Okay, there are two type of RIP. One is RIP version 1 and RIP version 2. Okay, RIP version 1 is a classful routing protocol. RIP version 1 use to send update with the broadcast address this to its neighbor. RIP can be used for the small organizations because it supports only 15 hops, right? RIP use UDP protocol 520 to send the data using user datagram protocols to its neighbor. By default, RIP supports 4 equal path load balancing, that we will see. Okay, and maximum load sharing with the 16. Okay, we'll see this also. RIP routing protocol shares its locally connected networks to its neighbor to form a routing table. Okay, see why this, did you understood this 4 equal path, load balancing. So if I have a RIP routing protocol, this is my router, I have connected with another, okay, 4 5 6 7 like this. Okay, so if I have a user here and he wants to reach to this destination and I have 8 path, okay, but how many paths will be utilized as a default load balancing? 4 paths. So one packet from here, one packet from here, one packet from here, one packet from here. Other will not be in use. You have load balancing but not in use because it default support 4. Yes, but if you want to use all the remaining, then you have to increase the default routing, means default path, load sharing path. Okay, so RIP sends out the periodic routing updates in every 30 seconds. RIP sends out the full routing table in every periodic updates to its neighbor. RIP uses a form of distance as its metric in case of hop count. See, can you see the difference? See here, if I am writing RIP 1 means it is for RIP 1, but if I am writing only RIP means it's for both. Understood? Here also you can see here I have written RIP. Okay, somewhere you will find RIP 2, RIP 1, RIP 2. Yes, yes. Okay. So here RIP uses bandwidth. This we have already seen that Bellman-Ford algorithm. RIP use 520 as its protocol, UDP protocol. RIP administrative distance is 120, hop count is 15. Okay, maximum hop is 15, and if it is 16 hop away, then it will considered as an unreachable network, right? Okay, and see, saying that a metric of 16 hop in a RIP as a considered as a Poisson route or infinity metric. Okay, RIP routing protocol build a routing table based on the update received by its directly connected neighbor. RIP shares the route and the network information to its directly connected neighbor. Okay, the link which is directly connected to my neighbor, local link. RIP maintained only one routing table, which is known as routing table, only one table. Okay, because see, some other dynamic routing protocol will have multiple table, neighbor table, routing table, database table, like that. Okay, but here RIP will have only one table, which is routing table. If any link is down in RIP, it runs the same steps to calculate its metric and build a routing table and add a new best routes after the updates received by neighbor. Because if there is any link down, right, he will update to his neighbor that okay, link is down. Then he will say, okay, this link is down. Okay, you want to reach to this destination. Okay, use this path. Okay, best path to any network is remain and maintain in the routing table. In RIP routing, administrator has to advertise its connected networks to its local router in RIP network. Okay, you have to advertise the network manually. This is manual, it's not that. Okay, RIP has two versions, this we already know. Okay, RIP version 1 is a class full routing protocol and RIP 2 is a classless routing protocol. RIP version 1 do not supports, okay, these subnetted IP addresses. Okay, now note, when using RIP version 1, and if it is subnetted network, it must be contiguous network. Okay, this you will learn slowly, and don't worry about this. Now RIP version 1 send updates as a broadcast address. This RIP version 1 do not support authentication. Okay, no password authentication. RIP version 2 features. This was the RIP version 1 feature. Now this is RIP version 2 feature. It's saying that RIP version 2 is a classless routing protocol. Okay, and see here, when RIP version 1 send updates to its neighbor, so he only send the updates to his neighbor, the network information, no subnet mask. So if I will write like this, 10.1.1.0/29, right? So if I am sending this information to you /29, then you are understanding that it is subnetted, right?
Okay.
But if I will send you 10.1.1.1.0, so you will send that you will think that it is /8, right? Okay, so this is the RIP 1 in. Okay, so he sent the network to his neighbor without subnet mask, and RIP 2 sends the network information to its neighbor with the subnet mask. That's why he say that okay, you are subnetted or not. RIP 2 use multicast address as a 224.0.0.9. Encryption is there, that you can create authentication between two neighbors in RIP 2. Okay, here RIP 1, this is okay, don't worry about this. Route tag, what is route tag? Okay, RIP version 1 router will send only version 1 packet, version 1. RIP version 1 router will receive both version 1 and version 2 update. Means if I am 1 and you are 2, okay, so I can receive your information, but I cannot share my information to you. So RIP router 2 means version 2 router will send and receive only version 2. So always keep in mind that okay, if you are connecting two routers, so version must be same for proper communication. Okay, otherwise you will have problem. Advantage: easy to configure, no design is required, less overhead, preferred for a small organization, right? Okay, Disadvantage, bandwidth utilization is very high because it send the broadcast
Every 30 seconds.
and multicast in every 30 seconds. Work with a small hop count. Okay, sorry, not only hop counts. Okay, do not consider the bandwidth. So this is also wrong decision. Okay, it's not scalable for the large organization because it support only 15 hops. Okay, slow conversion. This is the disadvantage. How to configure RIP1? This is the RIP1 configuration. This is the RIP2 configuration. What is the difference? See here.
Without the version.
Yes, here we write version name and here we write this command, no auto summary. We'll see what is no auto summary. Okay. Okay, so this is your RIP1 basic lab. Okay. Okay, so after this is your RIP version 1 lab. Okay, so same here, we started the lab. Take a console. Now first of all we should configure the IP on router. Conf interface serial 2x0. See, I already told you that RIP version 1 support classful IP, not classless, but I am using classless to show you that. See, I am using classless, but when he is updating to his neighbor, he is updating as a classful IP. Okay, if you want, you can use as a classless also. Like see this lab, you can say, see RIP version 1 basic lab 1 with classful IP. See here, are you understanding? But if you'll see here in my lab, I'm using classless IP to show you that how it works. Okay, okay, sorry, I only configured one interface, right? So come here, interface F0x0, IP address is 192.168.10.1, 248, no shut. So IP interface brief, exclude unassigned, both IP is configured. Now come here, interface serial 2x0, IP address is 12.2, no shut, interface F0x0, IP address is 20.1 and the subnet mask is 248, no shut. Verify. So IP interface brief, exclude unassigned, correct, no problem. Now part of PCs, so IP, we should save all the configuration. Save. Come to PC1, IP 192.168.10.2/29. Save the configuration. Edit, copy, come here, save the configuration. PC3 also 20.2,
1.
okay. Now same thing, if you come on router 1, if you are typing here, so IP route, so you do not have routes towards 20 network, right? So if you do not have routes towards 20 network, so how you are going to do it? So first you have to say conf t, then router RIP, okay, enter, network. So you have
12.
What are your connected networks? Tell me.
It's 12.1.1.1.
.0.
.0, yeah,
Okay.
the network.
Yes.
And you have 92, 192.
Okay.
168.10.0.
Then dot 0. Then it's
auto dash.
no, here
Okay.
it's like this. Okay, so this is your router 1 configuration.
config.
If you come here, copy, so this is your router 1 configuration. Okay, now come here to router 2. Same here, so IP route. Okay, no routes towards.
Z20 and 12.
Yes. So same thing here also. Conf
12 network.
router RIP network 12.1.1.0 network.
2.
Your own connected network.
20.0.
Okay, same configuration. Copy this, and now this is your router 2 configuration. Okay, now you come here on router 1, PC1, and now you ping 192.168.20.2 computer. You are pinging, no problem, right? But if you'll come on router 1 to check, so IP route, so you can see here I have 20 network.
20.
Yes, I have 20 network, and you can see this is administrative distance 120, and this is one hop. Okay, and I am connected via
S2.
the 12. Yes, and this is the time
Victor.
from how long you are connected from your neighbor, time duration.
Okay.
Okay, and now this is your
Okay.
so okay, exit interface. Okay, and now if you are running here, R means your RIP, and if you are typing here, so IP protocol. Okay, see, he's saying that RIP protocol is running, right?
Running protocol is RIP. Okay.
Yes, only one RIP protocol is running. Okay, and which version is running? Version 1. Okay, and we'll show you all these details slowly. It's saying that how many maximum load balancing you can support? 4. Okay, and see, routing information. See, I configured, if you'll check here, so IP so run section router RIP. Okay, see, remember while configuration I have written 12.1.1, but see what he is understanding, right? See, this is the problem. And now if you'll check here, come to router 2, so IP route
slash 10.
Yes.
Slash 8.
Now see, I advertise, see, 10 is router 1 network, right? So 10 is /29 or /24?
29.
See, if you'll check the lab, see, it's /29, right? But when the neighbor is sharing to him, he is 24. See, here it is locally connected 29, 20 network, but when he is sharing to his neighbor, okay, he is sharing as a 24. That's why it is class full IP. If you configure classless also, no problem, it will advertise as a classful, sorry. If it is classless configured, means subnetted configuration, okay, but when it will advertise as a classful. But how they are advertising? Now if you run here, debug IP RIP, see, sending version 1 update via this broadcast address, right? Yes. Yes, and saying that sending 10 dot, right? But see, he is sending only network, but did he send any subnet mask? Okay, received network via this, okay, 20.0, no subnet mask. That's why it's, see, Okay, now after receiving the information, he built a routing table like this.
Of that, okay, of the class full.
Okay, so if you want to just update you all to update. Okay, and now see, for 12 network 1 matrix, and for 1 matrix means 1 hop, and for 20 is 2 hop. If you check here, so IP route, see, for 20 network, see
1 2.
okay, 1 hop means see here, from here is 1 hop, and then after the network is there. If 3 router means 2 hop, if 1 router means 1 hop, see here, 1 hop, if 2 router 2 hop, 3 router, like that. Okay, but if you want, you can see, if you configure, but I configured like this, 12.1.1.0/30, but unfortunately it is /8. Are you understanding? I have configured that one, but when they are sharing as a
Classic is
12.0.0 like this, right?
Class full, yeah.
Yes. Okay, now so IP route, when you run so IP route, you will get this information. R means, okay, RIP, so IP protocol, to check which protocol is running on the router. So IP route, okay,
so only the RIP table.
yes, so if you run here, so IP route RIP like this, see here, if I am running so IP route, so he will give you connected networks also and your received network from RIP, right? But if you run here, so IP route RIP, see, only RIP network, okay, to get the information. Like suppose if you have 10 interface, so you want to know the received network, right? So you can filter it with this command. Okay, so IP RIP database, so IP RIP database, okay, so IP RIP database, okay, same thing what you have in your routing database. So this is to check your routing database. You have 12 network, right? You are advertising like this, right? Okay, and now this is the network as a directly connected, this you are advertising, this is your directly connected, right? Are you understanding? This you are receiving, this you are receiving, right, via this. Okay, so IP interface brief we have checked. If you are running, check here, so IP RIP, so IP route, the destination network 20.0, right? This network you are receiving from your neighbor. If you write here, see, detail of that network, okay, that network I am receiving via RIP. The distance is 120, matrix is 1 hop, okay, this is okay. My neighbor is this one who is giving me that network.
Update from this,
yes,
and serial 2.
Okay, and I received the information on this, and this is the hello time, like, okay, if it is more than 30, it will never be more than 30, because in every 30 seconds yes, updates. My neighbor is this one, I'm receiving from this one, last, like this. Okay, now if you run here, so IP interface brief include serial 2 as 0, right? So he'll give me information is not coming, include serial 2/0 dot, okay, information, okay. But if you'll run like this, it will show you that, okay, or run the interface, include interface, okay. Now remember, I have given you this command debug IP RIP to get the information of RIP. But if you want to know more details, so see, right click on this link, click on start capture. Then this your Wireshark will work, and just wait for the update. when RIP will send a update to another RIP in 30 seconds, automatically update will be captured here. Okay, see, update has been sent. Who generated the update? 12111, which is router 1, and he sent the update on 2255555. It's a RIP 1. Okay, and what is there in that update? See here, if you see here, source IP address this, destination IP address this, user datagram protocol, source port number is 520, means it is RIP 1, right? RIP, you can say. Okay, and now if you see here, which protocol is there? Routing information protocol is running on this link. Okay, and now version 1, and the IP address, what is there in that update, right? So he is sending update 10.0. okay, so you can read the link. See here we are able to see, that's why we are understanding, right? But in the real network, right, you have a link, so you just right click on the link, and with the help of this you can see what is traveling in that link. Okay, normally you cannot get it like that, right? Okay, now we have seen this one, how to monitor verify RIP 1, right? Okay, now verify RIP 1 lab with subnetted network, right? So after subnetted network also we have configured, and what we have seen that they are advertising, they are communicating, right? But they are
advertising
classful network, right? Okay, now see what is the problem here. We'll see this problem. Okay, see here, this is 172.168 10.0 like this, and here it is 173 like this. So he will advertise to him as a 173.168.00/16, right, as a classful. Here also he will advertise
6/16,
right, class 16. Okay, okay, so we'll work on this both lab. Okay, 172. Okay, to make you understand. Okay, okay, configuring another RIP lab with RIP version 1. Okay, RIP version 1 subnetted network, right? Okay, now you can see here, this is also subnetted, here also subnetted, here also subnetted /29, here also subnetted, right? Now let's start all the routers. Take the console. Okay, PC1, PC2, arrange the router accordingly. So I'll arrange router 1, router 2 and router 3. Okay, so first configure the routers. Okay, then router 1, router 2 like this. Now start from router 1. Lab is already there. There. Fast Ethernet 0/0, yes. This lab is different, huh? Okay, wait. Okay. 1. 1 IP is 252. Enter. Okay, now save. No shut. F0 by 0. 23. Is okay. See here on router 2 you have configured 23.1, right? So here you should configure 23.2. It's okay. F0 by 1. You are writing wrong. 0 by 1, yes. One 173.168.13.1. Subnet mask. No shit. Okay, save. Okay, now come to PC, put IP. Not IP, yes, IP space. Is okay. Okay, wait. Saves. Right, save.
Okay.
Save. Okay, now come PC to change. Enter. Save. Okay, come PC3. Okay, write IP. Enter. save. Okay, enter. Okay, done. Okay, now come here to router 1. Exit or end, whatever you want. Okay, now type here SOIP protocol first. Enter. No IP protocol is running because you have just configured IP address, right? Now type SOIP interface brief exclude unassigned. Okay, IP is configured as per the interface, right? And IP is 172 and 12. Now come to router 2, end, type end.
Okay.
Okay, same here also. Control Z. Control Z. Okay. Now type SOIP protocol. SOIP protocol. Okay, no protocols are running. Okay, now come here to router 3, type Control Z. Okay, IP is okay. Type SOIP protocol to verify. Okay, no protocols are running. Now come here, enable RIP. Type conft router RIP. Enter. Network, connected network. Space. Yes. .0. Enter. Then type exit. Okay, now come to router 2. Exit. Okay. Enter. Okay, now come. Now if you come on R1, right, so IP protocol, okay, so saying that RIP version 1 is running, right? And now if you'll come here, so IP route. Okay, so you have the routes from your neighbor, right? So 23 is coming and 73 68 is coming, but see 13 is not coming and it is coming as a 16, and see 23 is coming as a 8, right? Okay, now but communication is no problem. If you will come here, ping, okay, 173.168.13.2, no problem, communication will be okay, right? And now see why it is like that. Okay, if you are running here debug IP RIP, see here why the networks what they are sharing as a like only network without subnet mask. Okay, see they are sharing the network without subnet mask. Why it is like this? Because it is already written in his RIP behavior, RIP version 1. Okay, yes, see, no, yes, it is written here. See, automatic network summarization is in effect, so automatically he is summarizing as per default. Okay, see here it is default, see it's default, that's why it is like this. Okay, but see it is subnetted network, no problem, but they are communicating, right? So only in the update they are not exchanging the informations like that. Okay, now see what is the problem. Problem will become like that if it is like this, right? If it is 172 168 is like this, is okay? Is it a different, this is also different network, this is different network, right? Is it a same network or different network?
It's the same network.
Why it is same network? It is 172.16.10.0/29 and it, this is 20.0, right? It's a different network, right?
This is the same network. Oh, okay. This is 10 and this around 20,
right? Okay, and if you check the subnet mask, if it is /29, the subnet mask is 255.255.255.248, right?
It's the same.
Subnet mask 255.255.248. Here is totally different network, this is also different network, right? See how, if in this, see before that when it was subnetted, right, and different network it was communicating, but see if it is like this, see this is also different network, this is also different subnetted network, right? Then see it will not work. How? So we here we did not change anything, right? Here we have changed, so we should change in the router 3. So let's come on the router 3, right? So first of all I'll come here, I'll say here no router RIP. Okay, so I'll remove the RIP. Okay, if I'll, after removing the RIP, and if you're typing here show IP protocol, nope. Okay, so now here come here conf t, okay, then come here first interface, fast ethernet 0x1 IP address we should change 172.168.20.1 and the subnet mask is 248, right? Is it okay?
Yeah, /29.
Huh? So I have updated. If you want to verify, so IP interface brief exclude unassigned, IP is configured as a 170, right? Earlier it was 173, but I have changed to 172. Now come to PC3.
172 10 20.
Sorry, 20.1, right? Save here also, on router 3 also you can save.
Save.
20.3, no problem. Now if you come here to router 3, let's configure the routing. Everywhere routing is there, right? Only PC3 router 3 has to change the routing. So I'll come here, router RIP network is 23.11.10 and the another network is 172.68.20.0, right? And then exit. So this is the one what I have configured. So if you'll come on router 1, so let's refresh the routing table. So clear IP route star, okay? Come here also and write the same thing on R2.
This just refresh it.
Yes, because I changed the network, right?
Because I will see the information.
Yes. Because if I will not clear, so they will clear after 30 seconds. Clear IP route. So I'm changing. After this, see. Then if you're coming here and typing here, so IP route, see.
The 23, 73 meter.
So this is older one. See, it's already more than 30 seconds, so it will remove, don't worry. It will go out. See, so this router, if you are taking here, clear IP route, I don't know. I should remove that. Okay, now it's there. See, routing is configured, right? Earlier when it was 172.173, then it was okay, he was sharing, but see here is 172.16 10.0/29. Okay, see here is 172.16 10.0 is okay, right? But the routes on router 2, if you are coming here, so IP route, the routes on router 2, see here,
72.16
is saying that if you want to reach 172.0.0, you can reach via 23 and 12. Do you have load balancing? No, because here you have different network, here you have different network, but router 2 is saying that it's a load balancing, but it's not correct.
Okay.
It's supposed to be, see, why is saying as a load balancing? Because when router 1 is sending update to router 2, he is sending as a 172.16 168.00. So he's saying that okay, you are giving me 00, and he is also giving as a 172.168.00. He is not giving as a subnet mask. So he's saying as a default. So default is what? 172.168.00 is default /16.
And this one.
Yes. And now if these routers, if these users wanted to communicate, see earlier they were communicating, right?
Yeah.
But now see, if I am trying to communicate ping 172.168.20.2, no reachability. And what, why is like this? See, when this router is sending update to router 2, right? So he is sending update as a what? Tell me. Let's see, come to router 2.
It's 172.
Debug IP. See, he's saying that okay.
72.68.00.
Okay. And see router, okay, now you all see router 3 is, I'm on router 2, okay. Router 3 is sending update like this, and router 1 is also sending update like this to me, right? And both update is same.
It's the same,
right? So when the both update is same, right? Now see, this router 1 is sending update to router 2 as a 172, like see, as a, let me write it, 172.168.0.0/24, right? So R1 is sending update to R2 like this. Are you understanding? R3 is also sending update like this to this one. That's why he's saying that I am receiving this update from 12.1.1.1, right? He's saying I'm also receiving this update from 23.1.1.1.2. Okay, like this. Now now these two network is there on the routing table of R2. Now R2 will only send the different routing updates to R1. Now see, if earlier it was 173, 173, right? See, the update which has received from R1, it is different, different from this. That's why it is shared to R1. Are you understanding? But when it is same, when it is same, right? When it is same, the update is same, the network update. So it will not be shared.
Yeah, because it's
Are you understanding? It's not, it's saying that, okay, you are sharing 172.168.0 to me, and I am also receiving this same network from R3. So I'm not going to share it with you because you have already that network. Okay, that's why these type of configuration in RIP1 is not successful. That's why they said that, okay, let's implement RIP version 2. Okay, but if, that's why it is written here, if it is continuous network, contiguous network means what? See, if it is like this, then there is a problem. Where is that? If it is like this, 172, I added some network, right?
That's that thing.
No, I added this network, right? This was another network. Okay, let me explain you. Okay, see, when I configured this network, right, with this subnetted, here 172, 173, the communication was okay. Why communication was okay? Now see, R1 is sending update as a 172.16.00/16, no problem. R3 was sending as a 173. So see, 172 received from R1 and 173 received from R3. So he was exchanging, okay, you go here and you go here, no problem, because update was different. So whenever update will be different, they will exchange between them. Now here, see what is the problem. Here in this lab is saying that you are sending me 172.16.00 and he is also sending me 172.0. 168.00, and both update I am receiving from both end is the same. That's why saying that, okay, I cannot exchange because what I have, you have already.
I will not change, update my routing table.
Yes.
While in physically it's different network.
Yes. See, physically it is different, but when they are sharing as the same.
Information.
So he's saying that, okay, you are also, R1 is also sharing 172.16.00 is the same. R3 is also exchanging with 172.16.168.00 and it's the same. So I cannot exchange. Okay.
You already have it.
Yes. That's why when R1 user wanted to reach here, they are not able to reach there. So this is the problem in RIP version 1. That's why they said that, okay, how about this network? If it is like this, 172.16, see, 10, 11, 12, 13. If it is like this, they will communicate?
In version 2?
Yeah, no, version 1, still version 1, or
no, they will
Let's try.
For the first communication, they will communicate, but once you change the one network, they won't communicate.
No, I'm not changing. All is configured like this. 172.10, 172.11, 12, 13 like this. Okay, let's try. So here I have to change 172.168.11.0/29. One 172.168.11.0/29. Here is 12. It's a different network, right? And here it will be 13. Okay. Now I'll come on the route PC1, change all the IPs. Okay, so before I should start from router 1. Okay, so first of all I'll come on router 1, right? I'll say here no router RIP. I'll come here conft no route RIP R3 also. Okay, now the configuration. So I change the IP address, so it will start from beginning. So conf t interface f0/1 IP address is 172.168.11.1.
You will not communicate.
Then interface f0/0 IP address is 10.1 no shut. Now come here, interface f0/1 IP address is 172.168.11.2. no shut. Then interface f0/0 12.1 no shut. R3 interface f0/1 IP address 172.168.13.1. right? See here, in router on router 1 I have two interface. So if you check here, so IP interface brief so IP interface brief exclude unassign. IP is okay. 10 is for LAN and 11 is for WAN. Come to R2. 12 is for connecting R3 and 11 is for connecting R1, right? Is okay, no problem. 11.2 12.1. now come to R3 12.2 which is connecting ISP, means R2, and 13.1 which is connecting to the network, right? Now come to IP address.
Yes, no, not communicating.
IP 172.168.10.2. I think PC1 and PC2 is okay, right? PC1, PC2, I did not change anything. It's okay. PC, right? No problem. PC3 we should change. 13 and here will be 13.1, right? PC4 now come to router 1, conf t router rip network 172.168.10.0 and 10 and 11, right? Exit.
2, 11 and 12.
Router rip network 172.168.
10.11
no 11.0
and 12 and 12.0.
12.0. Now come here to piece router 3, conf t router rip network 172.168.12.0
yeah, 13.0
and 13.0 and then exit, right?
So
now if you'll come on the R1, if you check here, show IP route, see here he is getting 10, 11,
12.
see 10 and 11 is connected, right? And he is receiving 12 and 13
via 11.
Yeah, why he is not receiving as a 172.168.00? But same in RIP 1 before this lab we were getting as a 10.00, remember?
Okay, yes.
But here is why it like this. If you come here and now see ping 172.168.13.2, they are communicating.
This is not the same network.
No, if the network is same. See, remember I have written 172.168, right? But when they were advertising, they were advertising as a 172.168.00, but now they are advertising as a 17, exactly what they have. Are you understanding?
Exactly. Okay, I understand.
Yes. So here, why they are doing like this? That's why I have written here contiguous network. Somewhere I have written. Here, somewhere I have written contiguous. I don't know where it is. See this. Note, when RIP version 1, right, if you are configuring and if it is subnetted network, it must be contiguous, means continue. Are you understanding? Continue. Okay, then what will happen? See, if it is continue, so you can see here 10, you know, see here 10, 11, 12, 13. So when it is continue, what is happening? If you are coming here, see that the flow of the, even if you will come on R3, I can show you. So IP route, see they are receiving as a, see here, exactly subnetted. See, are you understanding? See here, I am receiving 10 and I am receiving 11. See, subnetted slash. See, now if you will come here R1, what they are doing, if you see here, debug IP RIP, Okay, sending update. See, update is sending like a,
Okay.
see here is sending like a what, subnetted. See, but in that if you check the earlier ones, you will see that they were sending as a 172.168.0.0. And why it is happening like this? See, if you will configure contiguous network, means continuous network, then what will happen when this router 1 is sending update to router 2, right? And in that update there will be no subnet mask. Then he will say that, okay, I received update from you, but I did not saw any subnet mask. So if the receiving update, the receiving 10 update will come here, and this update is received on which interface? On fast Ethernet 0x0, and the received update interface
0x1
is 0x1. Subnet mask is same what he is receiving from here, right? So he will add the subnet mask there. Are you understanding? So /29 and /29 subnet mask is same. Same here, update received from R3 for 172 on this interface, so subnet mask is same. Then they will add subnet mask, then they will communicate. But if you'll see here in this one, see, this update was going here on R2, so do this subnet mask and the received subnet mask was different. Then that's why they were saying that no, let's do it as a 172.168.0.0. That's why it is saying that when it is contiguous network like this, then they will communicate, no problem. But when there is discontinuous network in RIP version 1, then there will be a problem. Okay, so for removing this problem, then they said, okay, see, RIP version 1, for this is for you, it's the same contiguous. See, 172.16.1/18, it's subnetted, right? 172.1, here is 172.17, see, 16, 17, 18, so it is contiguous, right? Then they will communicate. Are you understanding? But if it is like this, I have written here, see, read this statement. The network statement tell RIP which network type you wish to advertise in the route. If it is router RIP, means it is version 1. We simply list the network that is directly connected to our routers. Notice that we specify the network and their classful boundaries, and we do not specify a subnet masks. Okay, no, we are not specifying anything. But verify, okay, like see, if it is like this, right? If it is like this, see here, verify RIP version 1 lab with subnetted network, like see, it is 192.168.10.0, okay, and here is 192.168 like this, it is subnetted, see, /26/26. Do they will communicate or not? So it is contiguous. Now find out, is it contiguous? No. So there will be a problem, because we are talking about contiguous network, right? Now see, what is discontiguous RIP network? So he's saying that discontiguous addressing, two networks of the same classful networks are separated by different network addresses. See here, this is, and this is also, see, this is, if it is subnetted, then they are different. But yes, no, if they are subnetted, then they are different networks. See, 172.16.11.0.24, here 10.0/20 is a different. But as a RIP 1, if he will share to him, what he will share? 172.16.00, right? And when he will share to him, he will share as a 172.16.00, right? So they are sharing same network. So in RIP 1, okay, do not advertise, they do not advertise subnet mask, and therefore they cannot support discontiguous subnet. If it is contiguous subnet, no problem, they will communicate. Okay, OSPF, EIGRP and RIP version 2 can advertise subnet mask, and therefore they can support discontiguous network also. Okay, so see, RIP version 1 contiguous network. So now see here, this lab we have already discussed, right? See here, 172.16, 172.17, sorry, 172.16.10, okay, 0, right? Now see 172.16.8, this is subnetted. So see here IP address will start from 1, no not 1, here 1 2 3, here tell me.
Yeah, it's we start with 8 dot
9 10. Now here tell me.
What is a 9?
Here
okay,
is
because that's 8 network.
8, not 8 network. You know when you do subnetting, 0 to 7 here, 8 to 15 is here, and from here is 17 to 23.
Okay. So now this will 17.
Yeah, so here he will write 17 and here he can write 18 19 like this. So if it is contiguous network, they will communicate. Okay, this is also contiguous network. Okay, see here. Okay, so I just added to explain you that, see, people say that subnetted network it will not work. It will work, but when it is contiguous it will work, but when it is discontiguous it will not work. And if it is discontiguous, then that's why RIP version 1. Okay, if it is discontiguous network, that's why RIP 2 is required. See configuration difference in RIP 2. Router RIP version 2, and here we write no auto summary. Why no auto summary? Means do not summarize my network. See, if you do not write no auto summary, what will happen? When he will share to him, he will share as a 10.0.0.0 to him. But if you will write no auto summary, please do not summarize my network,
Just use.
then he will
use the network.
yes, exactly what you are sharing, he will share as per that. Okay, so in the next class we will start RIP 2 configuration. Okay, till RIP 1 is okay for now. Okay, do practice on RIP 1 first, understand contiguous network and discontiguous network. Okay, and then we'll work on RIP 2.